So today I want to do something a little bit different, and that is I'm going to go up to Tor Vergata's campus and take videos there. But I mainly actually wanted to see how feasible is it to live outside of the city centre and still travel to the city centre. So I'm on my way to the main train station, which is located literally in the middle of Rome, called Termini, and I'm going to time exactly how long it takes me to get to campus to see if Tor Vergata is still a good option to live outside of the campus and live inside the city, or if it's just better to actually live on campus and then travel to the city centre. Okay, I just arrived at Ananinia and I'm going to pause the timer until I can find my friend. And then my friend is going to actually walk me to the Tor Vergata campus, because the assumption is that if I lived around Tor Vergata or if I went to university, I wouldn't get lost in the metro station and I wouldn't have to wait. So let's see how long it's going to take in total.
This is basically where the bus is when you get out from the metro station. There is always a bus waiting here. I think if I remember correctly, it's the number 20. And it's basically an express bus that takes you from the last stop of the metro all the way to the campus. There is another bus you can take, but my friend said that this was the most reliable way to actually get there.
I just arrived at the Tor Vergata campus and it is really big. Like, I did not expect it to be so big. As the bus was passing by, like, there were all these different buildings and departments, and there were a few bus stops inside the campus for the different departments. I did not expect it to be this big. I'm now walking towards the Mensa. What's really interesting is that on one of the buildings here is you can directly sign up for one of the scholarships, the Lazio Disco, and you can do it on campus, which is not something that you can usually do in Sapienza. You usually have to go to a dedicated office, so it's kind of nice that here on campus they have the option for students.
This is the huge hospital that I just did not expect, and it's right next to the medicine and surgery faculty. It actually has its own dedicated building, and it is so much bigger than I expected. It's so nice, and it even has a massive sign on the right to tell people that it is. This is the outside, that's the hospital again, and this is the campus. This is really important because that white building that you see over there, that's where you have to do all of your admission process, okay? Especially if you're an international student. My friend wanted me to make this super clear. The inside of the university was really weird to me. It really reminded me of a school, or maybe a university you would see in America, or maybe a high school. It's definitely the first university that I've been in that gives really school vibes, with so many hallways and open atrium, especially the notice boards. I really like the notice boards. Sometimes it had students' names and grades, but I think that's pretty normal in Italy. But also there were lots of different clubs that people can sign up for, language clubs, hobby clubs. But yeah, it was multiple floors. The English classes are actually held somewhere on this floor. We weren't able to get access to the room that they usually have their lectures in. This is one of their auditorium style classrooms. I think they have seminars here sometimes. My friend from Tor Vergata wasn't very clear about it, but he said that they do sometimes have classes in there, and I think that this looked really nice. But this is not where the IMS has their class. Okay, so this was the computer lab that they were replacing with brand new computers, and students who don't have one can just come down here and use it. It was found in the library, which was so nice, so clean, so well lit. Every single seat had its own plug, it had its own light. There were so many books on display that you can borrow. Any student can go there and borrow, and because the English course is so small, apparently the English medical books are very easy to take out. There's usually always copies of them. But yeah, and it had very strong Wi-Fi, very important. It was multiple floors, but I felt it was still really small, but considering the faculty is smaller, I guess that makes sense. The hospital, we couldn't get to really go in because it was COVID time. We didn't really feel comfortable, but it was a super nice hospital that I could see. It was huge. I did not expect it to be this huge.
Okay, so I just walked through the Tor Vergata campus and I took a brief look inside the hospital as well, and I just wanted to give you guys my quick and first impressions. First of all, I am really blown away by how nice the university is. I did not expect it to be so modern and clean. All of the designs are super nice, it's bright, it's big. I don't know why, but I kind of expected Tor Vergata to be this like small university all contained into one big building, which is the hospital building. And I've actually seen where they have their lectures, and the classes are super nice. They're super big. They're like those auditorium style. The tables are a little bit small, but honestly, like, I'm just really impressed by how modern and nice Tor Vergata looks. I went into the hospital and the design is really beautiful. My friend told me that actually if you know any doctors, you can go and shadow them. So even if it's not a part of your clinical experience, you can actually go in and ask to shadow them and even do night shifts. You don't get paid, but like, you can create a lot of your own clinical experience, which is, I think, super nice. From what I've seen of other things, it just seems like a really nice, modern, big, clean campus. Like, I cannot emphasize how clean and nice it is. I think it's because in Sapienza a lot of things are like breaking down, and it just doesn't really look good. And I think really Tor Vergata took a lot of care into the building's architecture and stuff, because it's all really nice and modern, and you can create your own hospital experience. Just don't forget that if you're coming here and you have to complete administrative stuff, to go to the white, nice looking building. And yeah, that's it.